By Eddie Hearn, the first UK show of 2022 in the books. What a moment for John Ryder. Just talk us through that main event from your perspective. How did you score it, Eddie?
It was a fight of two halves, wasn't it? I mean, the first half of the fight was won by Daniel Jacobs. The second half of the fight was won by John Ryder. I think it was the 8th or the 9th. He started to look like he was hurting Daniel Jacobs, and you looked for him to land more shots. Jacobs come back, I think nicked the 11th. It was a very close fight. I think one round either way. John Ryder's been on the back end of some tight decisions and never really got them. Against Rocky Fielding, Armfield, Callum Smith, he never seems to get one. Tonight he got one that could have gone either way. It's probably a fight that perhaps in America Daniel Jacobs would have got the nod, and here John Ryder got the nod. The noise and the pressure came from him. The quality work early on come from Daniel Jacobs, but very, very close fight.
Like you just said there, John's one of boxing's nice guys, and he's been around for so many years now, been on the end of some bad decisions. How much did he deserve a night like this?
Yeah, I mean, look, again, sometimes just because you've been on the end of bad decisions doesn't mean you deserve to get a decision. Sometimes you get fortunate, and again, it was literally a fight that had a round in it either way. And tonight, John Ryder got that decision. Interestingly, the British judge scored it 2 rounds to Daniel Jacobs. I think the American judge scored it a round or 2 rounds to John Ryder. It was the French judge who scored it to John Ryder as well. Could have gone either way. A good fight in the second half. The first half was cagey, and you were waiting for it to catch fire, and it did, especially through 7, 8, 9 and 10. And both guys engaged, and it was a good fight.
That main event, of course, was an official WBA eliminator. What does this mean for John? What does this spell for the rest of the year?
Well, look, Tony and everyone calls out Canelo, and they should rightfully chase that fight, and I don't think that's going to happen in the immediate future, but certainly Canelo Alvarez wants to box in England at some point in his career, and John Ryder would be top of that list. There's not many super middleweights in the world that have a notable win like Danny Jacobs on the record. He has 2 defeats on his resume, Gennady Golovkin in a very close fight, and Canelo Alvarez. So that was a massive win for John Ryder. I don't think there's anyone in boxing or who knows John Ryder that doesn't feel like his opportunity now is here, and he's grafted in the game for a long, long time. Sometimes without success, sometimes without opportunity. Tonight he got his opportunity and he won the fight.
Another special atmosphere created by the Romford Bull Army for Johnny Fisher. 6 rounds in the bank. How crucial is that learning for his development?
It's, to be honest with you, part of me feels that it might have been a little bit of a step too far in terms of the opponent. And some people watching this might say, are you sure? But Johnny Fisher has literally 2 or 3 amateur bouts, 4 fights as a pro, and he has to walk out to that occasion. So a lot of people would just give him tomato cans that he could just blow through in a round or 2. But I just feel like that's not going to give him the development that he needs. Tonight he fought a very sturdy, very durable heavyweight that's boxed some high-level opposition. Went 10 rounds with Oscar Rivas, and he was game. And he's got a good chin because John hit him with a couple of absolute peaches. And he might look back and be a little bit disappointed with his performance, but I'm not. He looked very tired at the end, but how can you not be? You got all that nervous energy. I went to see him backstage before the fight. You could just see, and he knew what he was coming out to. It's not normal to come out to that for a 6-round fight, unless that's like what it was like when AJ was doing 6 rounds. And AJ had World Championship, Olympic medals, and everything. So he was almost prime and prepared for that kind of atmosphere. John's just walking into it from university. So it's going to be very difficult for him. But I thought it was a good performance, great learning fight, little cut. I think we're doing a away day next, but just little by little. And again, massive support and fantastic support for him tonight.
Let's just talk about Felix Cash against Magomedov. What a fight that was.
Tremendous fight. I mean,
did you believe Felix had done enough to get the nod?
I mean, it was so weird, wasn't it? Because he went down in the second, I think it was. He won. I thought he won every round of the fight. And then in the 10th round, he gets put down again, and he also gets a point deducted. There's an argument that the second round actually was 10-9 because it was a good round for Felix Cash. But if it's 10-8 and it's 10-7, then really you've got to win every other round for a draw, which I felt he did. And I thought we were going to get a draw. I didn't agree with some of the judges' score. I just, Felix said to me after, I heard you say that you didn't think that I should have got a decision. I said, it's not that. It's just that the scorecards didn't make common sense. Right? If there's a 10-8 round or there's a 10-9 round, there's a 10-7 round, how can you win by 3 rounds or 4 rounds? It's impossible. So could he have nicked it by a round? Yes, I thought it was a draw, but he controlled the whole fight. And you've got to remember, I hope people give Felix Cash credit, because he came back after what has been, almost a year out of the ring, and he's had a very, very tough time. He should have jumped in an 8 or a 10 rounder in an easy fight before the European title. He jumped in with a WBA number 3, Madiev, who, by the way, we'll welcome back. Proper, tough, world-class fighter. And he came through and he showed tremendous heart. And, I feel like, he didn't lose the fight, but it could have been a draw or him winning by a round. But I just felt that the scorecards didn't make sense. But good luck to him. He showed tremendous heart to come through, and now he moves on.
Felix very well positioned across all 4 governing bodies now. Do you believe it's likely European level next and it will be?
I think so. I think Signoni's a good fight, and he would have gained a lot of fans tonight because he showed tremendous heart. So I felt like it was a big win for his career, and onwards he goes.
Ellie Scotney in a close fight, an entertaining fight, but a first
again, another fight where she got a point deducted, and all of a sudden you're thinking, she could never have lost that fight, but she came over at the end of the fight. What do you think? And again, I thought she won it by a round or 2, and that's the perfect learning fight, because it's so difficult to go from the level she's been boxing to world championships. Guani is a former world champion, really tough, didn't stop coming. She'll learn so much from that fight. And again, perfect education for Ellie Scotney tonight. Maybe one more, and then she's in for a world title. She's good enough to win a world title, and I thought it was a great fight.
Talking to fighters who have overcome battles outside the ring, Amo Williams certainly one of those. It's great to see him back in good form, isn't it?
Brilliant, and a good stoppage. Maciel rarely gets stopped. Look, he is a little bit of a journeyman, Maciel, now. We were supposed to fight Jez Smith. He pulled out, injured apparently, and then decided to take another fight. But Amo's ready for the step up. We're looking to make the Chris Ousley fight at Madison Square Garden on the April 30th card. He's very exciting, and it was a good win for him tonight.
And Hopey Price, another good performance from him, really spiteful, and that man strength's coming through.
Yeah, Shiloh, great performance. Cyrus Patterson, I thought, looked good tonight. And Hopey Price, I really feel that he may be the best super bantamweight in the country right now. He's 21 years old. I know we've got to take him at the right pace, but I also want to see him go, because I think as he steps up the level of opposition, he's going to get better and better. It was a great stoppage tonight against a very tough, durable Mexican, and he's ready for a championship fight in Leeds on March 26. I think this kid's the real deal.
And we move on to Coley next at the O2, of course.
Yeah, Coley on a Sunday night, Galauya Fire making his debut, Jordan Gill for the European title, Anthony Fowler, Fabio Wardley, Campbell Hatton. It's a huge card on a Sunday. And then, of course, Chocolatito against Martinez the week after that. Lee Wood against Michael Conlon, going to be an absolute cracker in Nottingham. March 19th, Michael Mickinson gets his chance against Virgil Ortiz. The 26th, Kiko Martinez against Josh Warrington. And then we move into April with another card to be announced this week. And, of course, Taylor Serrano at the end of it.
Brilliant. Ellie, thanks for your time.
Cheers.